Every dynasty reaches across every era, no matter how glorious, eventually faces its sunset. And right now, at this exact moment in Lakers history, we're standing at one of those crossroads that will define the next decade of purple and gold basketball. Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, your home for breaking news, in-depth analysis, and exclusive insights on everything Los Angeles. I'm here to bring you the conversation matter, the stories that impact our franchise. And today, I need to talk to you about something that's been developing behind the scenes, something that's going to challenge everything we thought we knew about the current state of this. Stay locked in, because what I'm about to break down involves legacy, transition, and decisions that could reshape Lakers basketball as we know it. Crypto.com arena has been electric this 15 wins and 4 losses. The energy is different, confident, palpable. And if you've been watching closely, you've noticed something fundamental shift in how this team operates, in who carries the offensive load, in who the ball goes to in crunch time. This isn't the same Lakers team we were last or the season before. The identity has evolved, and with that evolution comes some incredibly difficult conversations that the organization is going to have to navigate in the coming month. Let me take you back to February of this year. Trade that nobody saw coming. A move that sent shockwaves through the entire NBA landscape and had every analyst, every fan, talking head scrambling to sense of Anthony Davis, our defensive anchor, our second star heading to Dallas and coming back to Los Angeles. 26-year-old generational talent who had already proven himself as one of the most skilled players in basketball history. Luka Dončić became a Laker, and in that moment, whether we fully realized it or not, the entire trajectory of this franchise changed. Now, I remember the debates that followed that. I remember the arguments about whether we gave up too much, whether Davis's defense and championship pedigree was irreplaceable, whether bringing in Dončić was worth disrupting what. But here we are, 20 games into the season, sitting at 15-4, and those debates feel like ancient history. Luka Dončić has been absolutely sensational. We're talking about an MVP caliber season from a player who's orchestrating our offense with a level of creativity and efficiency that we haven't seen in this building in years. His court vision is generational. His ability to create shots for himself and others is elite. His clutch gene is undeniable. Luka is averaging over 30 points per game, close to 10 assists, and he's doing it with an efficient makes analytics nerds weep with joy. But Luka isn't the only story here. Austin Reaves has emerged as one of the most prizing breakout stars of this kid balling. We're watching him develop into a legitimate scoring player who can defend multiple positions, plays with chip shoulder. Lakers fans absolutely love. Reaves is putting up career number. His three-point shooting has improved dramatically. His ability to attack the basket, finish contact, become a weapon, and the chemistry between him and Luka, something special. Those two have developed a two-man game, becoming increasingly difficult for opposing defenses. So with all this success, with this new identity forming around Dončić Reaves, where does that leave the greatest player of this generation? Where does that leave a four-time NBA champion player who has been the face of the Lakers for the past several years, a player whose basketball IQ and playmaking ability remain elite even at 41 years old? I'm talking about LeBron James. Reality of his situation with this franchise far more complex than most people want to acknowledge. Here's the truth that we need to confront head on. For the first time in his two-decade career, LeBron James is not the main man. His franchise, not a criticism. That's not disrespect. That's simply the reality of where we are right now. And the really interesting part, the part that's generating all kinds of discussion in basketball, is that the Lakers have been thriving during the games when LeBron has been out with load management. Early in the season, when he sat out to rest his left, bothering him due to sciatica, the team didn't just maintain its level of play. In some games, the offense actually looked more fluid, more dynamic, more in rhythm. Now, before anyone jumps to conclusions, let me be crystal clear about something. LeBron James can still play. At 41 years old, dealing with sciatica, managing his body through grueling NBA season, he's still capable of averaging over 20 points. His passing vision hasn't diminished one. His basketball intelligence remains off. When he's on the floor, he's still one of the most impactful players in the league. It's not up for debate. What is up for debate, what's creating tension behind the scenes, is what role makes the most sense for him on this team moving forward. and whether that role aligns with what LeBron envisions the final chapter of his legendary career. Stephen A. Smith, who has had his fair share of disagreements with LeBron over the years, recently went on record with some fascinating insights into this situation. He acknowledged everything I just said about LeBron's ability to still perform at a high level, but then he added something that I think gets to the heart of the matter. He said that if the Lakers had a choice to trade him, not because of his game, not because he can't contribute, but because of his age, and because they now Luka Dončić future. Smith pointed out, Luka, 26, that the organization wants to build around young talent, and that a 41-year-old player heading into likely finals doesn't fit the timeline, no matter how good he still is. Let's talk about what that actually means from a franchise-building perspective. The Lakers are in a unique position right now. They have an MVP-caliber superstar in his prime in Luka Dončić. They have a breakout young player in Austin Reeves who's getting better every single game. They have role players who are fitting into system effectively. They're winning games, they're building chemistry, and most importantly, they're building an identity that can sustain success for the next 5 to 7 years. LeBron James, as great as he is, doesn't fit into that 5 to 7 year timeline. That's not an insult. That's just mathematics and biology. From a salary cap perspective, LeBron's contract represents significant money that could be used to add pieces around Dončić and Reeves. From a roster construction perspective, his minutes could go to younger players who are part of the long-term core. From a developmental perspective, giving more responsibility to Reeves and others accelerates their growth in ways that having LeBron on the floor might actually inhibit, not because he's not a good teammate, but because young players naturally defer to a legend when he's on the court. And here's where it gets really complicated. LeBron James chose to come to Los Angeles. He brought us a champion 2020. He's been the face of this franchise during a transition period. Lakers fans love and respect everything he's accomplished. The idea of trading him or even just letting him walk feels wrong on a gut level. But front offices can't operate on emotion. They have to think about what's best for the organization's future, even when that means making difficult decisions about iconic players. I've been hearing whispers that multiple teams would have interest in LeBron if he became available. Contenders who think adding his experience and playmaking could put them over the top. Teams that would love the box office appeal and jersey sales he brings. Organizations that believe they can manage his minutes and keep him. And honestly, there's a scenario where a trade could actually benefit everyone involved. LeBron could go to a team where he's the clear number one option, where the offense runs through him, where he can chase one more champ on his turn. The Lakers could acquire assets or clear cap space to continue building around Dončić and Reeves. It could be a clean break that allows both sides to move forward without bitterness or regret. But there's also the scenario where LeBron finishes his career where he accepts a reduced role, mentors the younger guy, provides veteran leadership, playoff experience, and rides off into the sunset with the purple gold. That's the fairy tale ending that part of me wants to see. The legend retiring with one of basketball's most iconic franchises, going out on his own terms, getting the respect and appreciation he deserves. The challenge is that LeBron has never been wired to accept a reduced role. His entire career has been defined by being the alpha guy that everything revolves around. And I don't think that changes just because 41. His competitive fire is still there. His belief in his own abilities is still there. And that creates a fundamental tension with what the Lakers organization needs right now, which is for Luka Dončić to be unquestionably the number one option, for Austin Reeves to continue his development without constantly looking over his shoulder, for the offense to flow through the new core without compromise. Let's also address the load management situation because it's relevant to this discussion. LeBron is expected to sit out many more games this season to manage his left leg and overall body maintenance. That's smart. That's necessary at his age. But it also reinforces the point that the Lakers can't rely on him for 82 games anymore. They need to build a team that can win without him on a night-to-night basis. And the fact that they've been winning with that the offense hasn't skipped a beat when he's out, that tells you everything you need to know about where this franchise is headed. Dončić is the face of the franchise. That's not speculation. That's not opinion. That's fact. Whether LeBron gets traded, whether he retires here, whether he stays for one more season, none of that changes the fundamental reality that Luka is the present and future of Lakers basketball. And you know what? I'm excited about that. I'm optimistic about what this team can accomplish with Dončić leading the way. His talent is off the chart. His work ethic is excellent. His demeanor with teammates, coaches, everything you want from a franchise. We're watching the beginning of what could be another special era of Lakers basketball. The question is, how do we navigate this transition with the respect and that LeBron James deserves while also doing the future. That's the tightrope front walking right now. That's the conversation happening behind closed doors, and I think we're going to see this resolved one way or another before the trade deadline. Either LeBron gets moved to a contender, he can be the main guy, or there's a very frank conversation about his role here. Expectations are moving forward. From a purely basketball standpoint, I can see arguments both. If LeBron accepts a bench role or significantly reduced minutes, his veteran presence could be valuable in the playoff. His experience in big moments, his ability to raise his level of play when it matters most, it's not nothing. But if he's not willing to accept that, if there's going to be tension about minutes, shots, or offensive hierarchy, then it's better for everyone if he goes somewhere else and we fully commit to the Dončić era. I'm trying to be balanced here, trying to look at this from all angles. But the more I think about it, the more I believe that a trade is probably what makes the most sense for both parties. LeBron gets to go somewhere as a featured player for one last championship run. The Lakers get asset cap flexibility to continue building. Everyone parts on good terms, mutual respect. And 5 years from now, we can look back and appreciate both the championship LeBron helped deliver and the dynasty that Dončić built in his. But I want to know what you think about all of this. Should the Lakers trade LeBron James? Is it time to fully embrace the Luka era and move on? Or do you think there's still value in keeping LeBron here, even in a reduced role? How do you balance respecting a legend with doing what's best for the franchise's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is the kind of discussion that defines how we think about team building, loyalty, and the business side of basketball. Here's what I know for sure. 15-4 is real. Luka Dončić is a superstar. Austin Reeves is becoming a legitimate second option. This team has championship potential right now and for years to come. Whatever happens with LeBron James, whether he stays or goes, I'm confident in the direction this franchise is heading. We're Lakers fans. We've seen dynasties built before. We know what excellence looks like, and I genuinely believe we're watching the foundation of the next great Lakers era being built right in front of us. If you want to stay on top of every development in this story and every other Lakers news as it breaks, make sure you're subscribed to Lakers News Fan Report and hit that notification. I'm bringing you daily updates, insider analysis, and the conversations that matter most to us as Lakers fans. This is where you get the real talk, the deep dive, the perspective that goes beyond the surface level hot take. Let's navigate this transition together. Let's support our team through whatever comes next. And let's get ready for what I believe is going to be an incredible next chapter of Lakers basketball. Lake Show forever.